There are lands where time holds still, where the hills remember hoofbeats, and the winds carry stories whispered through generations. Here, in the soft curve of riverbanks, beneath cloud-shadowed skies and ancient trees, man has lived side by side with beasts. But not alone. Never alone. For at his side walked a guardian, a sentinel, a dog. This is not a tale of pampered pets or polished pedigrees. This is the story of warriors draped in fur and loyalty, of farm dogs, guardians of the land. Forged in hardship, bred for duty, they are both muscle and memory. Today, we honor their story. She doesn't bark. She doesn't boast. She moves with the elegance of wind and the precision of a blade. This is the Border Collie, and she is the soul of the herding world. Born in the rugged borderlands between Scotland and England, where weather is cruel and the terrain unforgiving, this breed wasn't designed. It was carved. Through need, through challenge, through 1,000 unspoken partnerships. Watch her now. Every twitch of her ear, every flick of her eye. It speaks a language older than speech. The farmer, miles behind, offers no command, only a glance. And like a shadow, she flows. The sheep, wild and stubborn, know her presence, not by sound, but by pressure, instinctively felt. The dance between them is ancient, predator energy tempered by discipline, and yet she is not just muscle, she is intellect. A mind like no other in the canine world. Able to process commands, anticipate movement, and adapt in seconds. In her eyes lives the landscape, a map of duty, of control, of silent responsibility. She is not merely helping. She is leading. There are protectors. And then, there are the guardians born from the bones of mountains. The Great Pyrenees is no ordinary dog. He is carved from ice and thunder. His ancestors roamed the high Alps, where wolves whispered through the darkness and bears wandered beneath moonlit firs. He does not chase. He does not herd. He stands in silence, in strength. On a winter farmstead where cattle sleep under heavy breath and coyotes prowl the edges of the tree line, the Great Pyrenees waits, massive, calm, deliberate. To predators, he is a ghost in the snow, too large to intimidate, too silent to hear. To livestock, he is comfort, a constant presence. His instincts are ancient, to defend without hesitation, without command. And while others bark warnings, he simply steps forward. Wolves do not always flee, but when they see him, broad chest bristling with resolve, eyes calm yet full of fire, they do not come closer. To the farmer, he is not just protection, he is peace. From the hill country of Tuscany to the windswept plains of Abruzzo, there has always been a white guardian. The Maremma is a paradox, gentle as a lamb, yet fierce as a lion when danger calls. This breed was shaped by time and terrain, where shepherds walked with crooks and prayers, and survival depended on a loyal protector. Maremmas do not need fences. Their boundary is the flock itself. They live among them, eat beside them, sleep beside them. To the sheep, they are family. To predators, they are fury wrapped in calm. Unlike the Border Collie, the Maremma does not herd. He holds the line. He watches the horizon. He is not a pet. He is a presence. When eagles soar overhead or jackals whisper through dry grass, it is the Maremma who steps forward. No bark, no show. Only resolve. To see one walking through his flock is to see purpose. Personified, a beast at peace with duty. From the scorched earth of the outback to the windswept farms of North America, the Kelpie is a whisper of fire. He's no taller than a knee, yet his heart stretches across continents. Born of the Scottish Collie and Australian wild dog, the Kelpie learned to herd in hellish heat, where dust bites the lungs and cattle kick like thunder. He does not wait. He races across fence lines, across backs of sheep, across rivers, fearless, tireless. A good Kelpie can replace 5 men on horseback. He doesn't just herd, he commands. He can read the movement of a mob from 100 yards. And when a sheep strays, he leaps onto backs, over streams, through thorns, until order is restored. But he is not just muscle and speed. He's loyalty, hard-earned. He'll give everything, but only to those who prove worthy. To own a Kelpie is to dance with dynamite. To earn his respect is to hold lightning in your hand. In a world that spins faster with each sunrise, where machines hum and drones map fields from the sky, it would be easy to forget the old ways, to forget the watchers, the guardians. But in these quiet corners of earth, where cattle low and grain grows under calloused hands, they remain, not for glory, not for wealth, but for love. The Border Collie, with eyes like razors and a soul of focus. The Great Pyrenees, with a body like stone and a heart of flame. The Maremma, stoic and silent, yet forever near. And the Kelpie, wild and fierce, the pulse of the untamed. Each is a chapter in the book of the land, written not in ink, but in paw prints, in fur, in loyalty. They are the ones who run before the sun, who wait in the rain, who fight when wolves come, and rest only when the flock is safe. They are not dogs. They are guardians of the land. They were born to serve, not in chains, but in purpose, and they will walk beside us until the land forgets our names, but not theirs. A farm is more than soil and seed. It is rhythm. It is routine. It is a life built in circles of sun and moon, rain and harvest, birth and death. And in this rhythm, a dog is not an accessory. It is the beat itself. Some dogs are sentinels, others are engines. But these, the ones we meet now, they are the heart. The Australian cattle dog, the backbone of the range. There is no hesitation in this dog, no softness, only purpose. The Australian cattle dog, known to many as the Blue Heeler, was born under the hammer of survival. In a land where heat cracks the ground and cattle stretch for miles, the cattle dog thrives, small in size, but massive in determination. He doesn't wait for instruction, he seeks it. He doesn't question the job, he becomes it. This dog doesn't just herd, he drives, pushing massive bulls through gates, biting at heels with calculated pressure, turning chaos into order. Every movement is efficient, every glance calculated. He will work until the job is done, and even then, ask for more. But loyalty is not automatic. This is a dog who demands respect, and when earned, gives it back tenfold. To the rancher, he is more than help. He is a partner. Tough, smart, and utterly dependable, the Bernese mountain dog. The gentle worker from the Swiss Alps comes strength wrapped in grace. The Bernese mountain dog is not a fighter. He is a bearer, historically used to pull carts, haul milk, and serve. The dairy farms of Europe, the Bernese was built for labor, but born for love. Massive, yes, but never aggressive. He is calm around children, gentle with livestock, loyal beyond measure. On a snowy farm, where silence lies heavy and breath clouds. The air, you'll find the Pyrenees, pulling his weight, literally, and never complaining. He thrives in cold, in structure, in service. But he is more than a worker. He is a companion. His gaze is steady, his patience endless. In the quiet hours of the day, when chores are done and firewood is stacked, he sits beside his people, not as a servant, but as family. The German Shepherd, the watchful hand. When precision meets power, you find the German Shepherd. Originally bred for herding in 19th century Germany, this dog evolved far beyond fields. But on farms, its roots remain deep. A German Shepherd watches everything: the gates, the flocks, the strangers on the road. He is herder, guard, and guide rolled into one. Unlike others, he learns fast, unnervingly fast. One command, absorbed. One routine, memorized. But it's not just about smarts. It's about balance. This dog can chase off predators, then gently lead lambs through a pasture. He can detect illness in livestock or children in distress. To the farmer, he's not just an asset. He's reassurance. Trained well, a German Shepherd doesn't just obey, he anticipates. There is a reason armies and police turn to him. But on the homestead, he's not a weapon. He's wisdom, the golden retriever. The farmer's soul. He wasn't bred to herd or to guard, but somehow he belongs. The golden retriever, known for his softness, his cheer, is also a worker. Just in a different way. He retrieves, yes. He assists, yes. But more than that, he connects. Where children play near fences, he follows. Where old farmers tend the soil, he watches. He's rarely the strongest, rarely the fastest, but he's always present, always willing. Train him, and he'll bring your tools. Lose something, and he'll find it. Speak to him, and he'll understand. If not the words, the feeling. A farm can be lonely, hard, days stretch, seasons blur, and in that space, the golden shines. He doesn't need to command attention. He simply earns it by being there. Loyal. Gentle. Golden. Not all heroes wear teeth. Not all workers chase livestock or battle wolves. Some heal hearts. Some bridge silences. On the homestead, the value of a dog is measured not just in duty, but in presence. The Australian cattle dog, relentless and bold. The Pyrenees, gentle and grounded. The German Shepherd, ever vigilant. The golden, warm as sunlight. These are not just dogs. They are rhythms within the rhythm. The heartbeat behind the heartbeat. They do not ask for praise. They do not demand reward. They ask only to stay. And for those who understand, that is everything. Not every farm rests in comfort. Some lie on the edge of forest, of desert, of wilderness, where danger is not rare, where the rules of nature are not softened, where the wind speaks in warnings and survival is not guaranteed. In these places, a farm dog must be more than loyal. He must be alert. He must be brave. He must survive. These are the sentinels, not just watching but responding, not just enduring but thriving. The Anatolian Shepherd, the ancient defender. He was born for war, but not against men, against the wild. The Anatolian Shepherd traces his bloodline back thousands of years to the mountains of Turkey, where flocks moved across open lands with no fences and predators hunted freely. Today, that legacy remains massive, independent, tireless. The Anatolian doesn't wait for commands. He watches, he decides, and when needed, he acts. Coyotes don't. Test him twice. Mountain lions learn his scent and keep away. To livestock, he is a moving fortress. To intruders, he is an unwavering presence. He rarely barks. When he does, it means something. He doesn't play fetch. He doesn't seek attention. He has one role: protect. And he does it with a quiet intensity that never fades. The American Bulldog. The iron worker beneath his skin lies muscle, thick, dense, unyielding. The American Bulldog is a farmhand in canine form, strong enough to wrestle a wild boar, quick enough to turn a bull. He isn't graceful, but he doesn't need to be. He was bred by settlers who had no room for weakness, only for results. On rough land with rough animals, the American Bulldog became a guardian and a wrangler. He watches the herd, and when one strays, he drives it back, forcefully if needed. He is not reckless, but he is bold. He knows his place. He knows his people, and to them he gives everything. When threats come, he doesn't warn. He engages. To some, he may look too intense, but to the farmer in remote country, he's the difference between safety and loss. The Kangal, the silent power. He is often mistaken for myth, too large, too calm, too commanding. But the Kangal is real, and on certain farms, he is irreplaceable. Bred in the harsh Anatolian plateau of Turkey, where wolves hunted in packs and bandits once roamed, the Kangal stands as both past and present. His bite is the strongest of any dog on earth, but he rarely uses it. His size alone is often enough. He is dignified, focused, always aware. He doesn't bark needlessly. He doesn't chase shadows, but when danger approaches, he doesn't wait. He moves like a glacier with purpose. A predator sees a Kangal and hesitates. A smart one turns back. For flocks scattered across hills, for children wandering too far from the house, for quiet nights filled with unseen threat, the Kangal is there. The Belgian Malinois, the tactical mind sharp as a knife, fast as a hawk, relentless as fire. The Belgian Malinois is not a traditional farm dog, but in the right hands, he becomes unmatched. Originally bred to herd sheep in Belgium, the Malinois evolved into something more, an elite working breed, used by militaries and police around the world. On the homestead, he watches everything, not with suspicion, but with purpose. He learns quickly. Too quickly for some. He doesn't just understand commands, he anticipates them. And once a job is learned, he executes with flawless focus. Whether it's herding goats, patrolling perimeters, or alerting to threats, the Malinois is tireless, but he is not for the unprepared. This is a dog who needs work. Without it, he unravels. But give him purpose, and he becomes poetry in motion. The farm is not always a peaceful place. Sometimes it is a frontier, a battleground, where drought cracks the earth, where predators slink through undergrowth, where the night is too quiet. The right dog is not luxury. It is survival. The Anatolian, patient and proud. The Bulldog, strong and fearless. The Kangal, calm and colossal. The Malinois, sharp and swift. These are not pets. They are sentinels. They sleep with one eye open. They move with purpose. They
serve without doubt, and in the hardest places, they endure. The Labrador Retriever, the adaptable companion. Some dogs are bred for one task, one skill, one environment. The Labrador?
He adapts, from duck hunting in swamps, to retrieving tools from a barn, to guarding a chicken coop at night. The Labrador fits where he is needed. He is not the best at everything, but he is good at nearly all. Obedient, friendly, durable. Where? A farm needs a little bit of everything. The Lab becomes everything a little bit. He bonds quickly, learns easily, works gladly, and when the sun sets, he lies beside his family, calm, content, committed. The farm dog is not a breed, not really. He is a soul, defined not by the length of his coat or the weight of his bite, but by the depth of his loyalty. The Border Collie, mind sharp as wind. The Great Pyrenees, stillness with purpose. The Kelpie, pure, untamed drive. The Labrador, adaptability made flesh. They carry burdens we cannot measure. They bear witness to life at its rawest. And through every season, they stay, not for food, not for praise, but because something ancient calls them to it. The sun will rise again tomorrow. The work will begin again. And when it does, somewhere, on a hillside, in a barn, by a tractor's wheel, a dog will rise too, not just to follow, but to lead, to protect, to give his all, for a place that may not even bear his name, but always bears his presence. This is the farm dog. 10 breeds. 1. Purpose loyalty written in paw prints.